Okay, my name is Georgia Weedle, and this is my presentation on bringing ABC Incorporated to Detroit. In this presentation, I will be going over market research done in Detroit, discussing segmentation strategies to identify the most viable options for Detroit, recommending some positioning strategy, as well as going over marketing strategies and a complete marketing plan with some additional opportunities that ABC could incorporate in order to bring their plan into fruition. So to begin, I'm going to talk about the market research on residents in Detroit. So on average, typically the age range that's most interested in working with cryptocurrencies and investments relating to cryptocurrency is going to be Generation Z, which is people from 18 to 27, and millennials from ages 28 to 43. And as you can see, looking at the population of Detroit, the primary number of the population is anywhere from ages 18 to 64. And with Generation Z and the millennials, we capture a lot of that market already. So the real problem in the market research is how to get those people from like ages 44 to 65 to be interested in cryptocurrencies. And that's where kind of the segmentation strategy comes in, and we can use that to identify the most viable audiences for ABC's plan. And to do this the most efficiently, I think demographic segmentation will work the best. So what demographic segmentation is it derives consumer groups based on a variety of measurable factors, measurable descriptive factors like age, generational group, gender, family and household, race and ethnicity, income, occupation, education, social class, and geodemographics. So basically how this works is that consumers' needs will change over time, and in order to be able to adjust to those needs and to better focus advertisements or their engagement with ABC's project, these groups can easily reflect new changes in consumer wants and needs, and I think that is why it's going to work so efficiently in Detroit. Next, I'm going to recommend a positioning strategy. I think for the Gen Zs and the millennials, we need to focus on using investments as a bridge to help pay for things like their student loans, improving their city and making it more livable, as well as trying to see it as a investment to be able to afford homes in a forever rising market. And I think to kind of capture the older audience, which aren't as interested in cryptocurrencies, is to position it in a way that it encourages them to set their families up for the future. And by doing that, I think you can interest them as opposed to some of the other more traditional ways of marketing. So next, going on to the most efficient marketing channels for this project, I think social media, event marketing, and print media are going to be the best forms of marketing channels. So social media is obviously going to capture most of the Gen Zs and a lot of the millennials. Event marketing, as I'm going to talk about later, it's going to capture organizations with similar goals to ABC. And print media, I think it's going to provide some extra space for like explaining how the blockchain works to the older members who we're trying to catch, who maybe will be more hesitant in investing in cryptocurrency. So by having that extra space, you're going to allow them to sort of educate themselves and become more interested in what ABC's project has to offer them. And I think also that the print media can provide more direct targeting through the content of the media and maybe placing these infos in media that maybe it wouldn't typically be related to, like more as an advertisement instead of putting it in a magazine that specifically focuses on finances or maybe even specifically cryptocurrency itself. And then just to kind of pull together the last couple slides together with the comprehensive marketing plan, I think by targeting Gen Z and millennials with social media and even potentially influencers, that's going to really solidify their interest not only in cryptocurrency, but specifically in ABC's mission and their project. I also think we target the boomers or the older generations with the print media, and as I explained earlier, it allows ABC to include more information about cryptocurrency and how it works to maybe encourage the older generation to trust the blockchain and cryptocurrency more. And then finally, I want to take some time to talk about other ways that we could engage the community of Detroit in ABC's mission. And I think a really good one will be presentations at local city hall meetings. Again, most of the people attending these types of meetings are in the older demographic, which isn't necessarily as interested in cryptocurrency as the younger generations. I think it provides a service of connecting ABC with people who are already more interested in improving their local cities without having to extend a lot of research or a lot of resources, because you're really just going to have to put together some sort of slideshow that provides information, as well as sending a representative to go and kind of present and then field any questions people might have. And then the last thing is collaborating with organizations with similar goals. So if ABC wants to help fund a city park in Detroit, they can collaborate with a type of conservation group to kind of work together and come to that goal as a group. Not only does it look good for ABC to do something like that, it just provides, you're just getting more connected with the community you're trying to work in and trying to integrate with, and it just looks good for the company as well. And with that, that is the end of my presentation.